guys, welcome back to a new video. This week I am going to be answering your assumptions. So I asked you guys on Instagram if you've got any assumptions about me or like general questions, that sort of thing, and I thought it'd be quite fun to answer them today. Please just bear in mind I am filming this on like the hottest day and I'm literally already melting. I've turned my fan on because I feel like it'll pick up the sound. So I don't know how long this video is going to be, just as long as I can literally sit here without dripping in sweat, because I'm going out after this, which is why I've kind of done it whilst I've had my makeup done already. But we'll see how this video goes. I hope that I answer I'll try and answer as many as I can, and we'll just have to see how it goes. And if you like this video, then I'll have to just do another one. So let's get right into reading your assumptions. I'm gonna go quite in. So this is the first one, that you're a drama queen. And I feel like I am a drama queen, but I'm a drama queen when you don't need to be. So I'm a drama queen about like really small things, like I've stubbed my toe and I'll literally like die on the floor because I've stubbed my toe. Like I'm that sort of drama queen. And I feel like I don't make situations into like even bigger situations. I feel like you can have drama queens like that, and I don't think I'm like that. I just exaggerate a lot. So I'm a drama queen in the sense that I will make things seem worse than what they are in like pain, or I don't know. I'm trying to think, am I a drama queen in like social situations? Like I'm a bit more like, I don't know, over the top, like extrovert, that sort of thing. I feel like I'm not a drama queen in like a bad way, only in a good way. I'd like to hope so anyway. I feel like people will be able to answer that for me who know me. But yeah, so assuming that I'm a drama queen, yeah, but in like a not annoying way. I'd like to hope. Anyway, the next one is you seem a lot older than you are. And I feel like I've had this a lot actually. Like a lot of people seem to think that I'm older than what I am, but I do get that a lot less now. I got that a lot when I was younger, but I think I just matured way quicker than everyone else. Like I said in my first video at school, I was like the tallest, and I remember getting to year 9 and then suddenly all the boys started catching me up, and I was like, what is going on here? Because I was just used to being so tall compared to everyone else, and I think I just matured quicker, hit puberty quicker. So I guess I've always seemed a lot older than what I am in that sense. But like nowadays, I do kind of feel like I feel 20. Like I don't feel like I act older than what I am. I think I have like aspirations that are older, like thinking about houses and stuff like that, but that's probably just because Jacob's a lot older than me, so we kind of have to compromise in that sense of like having 4 years difference. I feel like when we get older it won't make a difference, but right now it kind of does. But other than that, I feel like I kind of act my age, but maybe I think older, if that makes sense. Like I love going out and doing all that. I'm still into doing things like that, and I feel like that's very like 20-ish. I don't know, I might be wrong, but this is just how I feel. I feel like I'm still 20 and I'm happy at the age that I am. I'm loving being 20, minus the situation that's happened in 2020. I'm loving being this age right now, and I'm ready to go into like 3rd year. But do I seem older than I am? I can see why, but I'd say that probably applies to me a little bit more when I was younger than now. Next one, your education is important to you. And I feel like, yeah, it is actually. I've been brought up where like my parents have always like encouraged us to go into education. They never were like forceful and like made us do anything we didn't want to do, but they like encouraged us to do it because they had such an amazing time at uni. So I guess it wasn't just because they want us to do the education at university, they want us to have like a really good time there, like the student life, that sort of thing. So yes, education is important to me, especially higher education. Like I'm so glad I've done a degree, but it wasn't the only reason that I chose to go to university. I chose it because I wanted to enjoy the student life as well. That was just my choice and what I wanted to do. And apprenticeships and things like that are amazing for everyone whose career can go down that path, but mine kind of needed a degree because it was so niche, and I feel like I've definitely gone down the right path for me. But education is important to me when it's right for you, but it's not important if it's not right for you. I just would always try hard at school, try hard at college, try hard at uni, try and be the best that I can be, and that's all that matters. And I think that's all that's mattered to my family and things like that as well. So to answer that, education is important to me, but only if it suits you. Following on with like a uni sort of vibe, uni wasn't what you expected or as good as you expected. This is kind of hard. Like, I think my course is kind of hard to go off in that it's quite a small course, so I feel like you imagine university to have like massive lectures and things like that, and I'm sure a lot of people have had that, but I personally haven't because my course is small. But so it's not how I expected, but it actually worked out better because I prefer being in smaller environments and I work better being in smaller groups. So even though that wasn't how I expected, it turned out to be good still. So, but then in terms of like actual living, it's weird because now that I've done it, I feel like I can't think back to what I actually expected it to be. I think I probably expected to go out a little bit more than what I did, but then I didn't take into consideration that I would have a job as well as having uni, and I think I'm just the type of person to just not want to go out when I've got to get up really early in the morning, and that might have caused me to miss out on a couple of things, but I tried not to do that. Like, I hardly did miss out on things. I'm trying to think about nights out and things. I mean, like, it was what I expected in that I had an amazing time when I was like on my nights out at uni, and I loved the independent lifestyle. I loved cooking and working, and the only reason it wouldn't be how I expected it to be would be, I just imagined like being really sociable all the time because I am like a social butterfly. I like that, but I think I found that I spent a lot more time on my own than what I expected to do, purely because other people might have enjoyed spending more time on their own than what I personally did. It kind of like forced me to have to spend a lot of time on my own. So I don't think I was expecting that, and I think that you need to kind of know that that could be a thing that happens at uni. I think from other people I've heard that it's not like that for them, but for me, in my experience, I spent a lot of time on my own, especially because my course was a bit shorter and smaller. I wasn't in uni as often as everyone else, so I was spending a lot of time on my own, and I found that difficult. If I was to go and do that now, I would be so much better, but at that time I wasn't good at spending time on my own, so I think that probably brought it down a little bit, but that's the only thing really that kind of shocked me. Otherwise it was amazing, and it was like, I'm so glad I did it. It's the best experience ever, and I've still got my third year left anyway. The next one is you're not as loud and confident as you seem. I feel like people who are close to me, like really close to me, will know that. But everyone has insecurities, and everyone's got things that they go through, and everyone's got things that they like don't like about themselves or things like that. And I think like for a lot of people it's kind of the other way around, that as they get to know people they get more confident and they get like come out of the shell kind of. But I think I'm a little bit the opposite in that on my outside and I'm really confident to people that I don't know, but I get more and more like introverted with people that I do know really well, and I get more conscious and I don't know, less confident with the people who I'm closest to, just because I think too much rather than just being who I am. I probably just think a little bit too much when I'm closer to people than I do when I'm just in normal everyday life, because I'm quite a confident person on the outside, and like I love talking to people, new people. I think that probably like changes how I am sometimes. When you say that I'm not as loud and confident as I seem, I feel like I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm always quite confident compared to a lot of people, but again, closer people will know that I'm probably not. But that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I feel like with the people that you are closest with, you should be able to talk about them to people and they can help you through that. So I guess that is only like normal and natural. That kind of follows on to another assumption, that was you're self-conscious, which again, I think everyone is self-conscious, and I think everyone goes through like peaks and troughs where they feel like really good and then really bad, and I 1,000,000% go through phases like that. Right now I'd say I'm in quite a really good place, but even then I think everyone feels self-conscious. In that area that we're living in, I think we're kind of made to feel like that, which is really sad, and I'm really like to change that. But right now, yeah and no, but more no than yes, because I'm feeling quite good at the moment. I've worked really hard through lockdown. At the moment I'd say I'm not too self-conscious, but I can be very. This one made me laugh. You're crap at double, which I'm exposing you, Tom. I'm not actually crap at double. I think you're the one that's crap at double. Yeah, that's that one. We don't need to say any more than that, do we? Another one was, you would love to live in a big city. It's weird because I feel like if I wasn't at uni, like before I went to uni, I know Leeds isn't that big of a city, but I've absolutely loved living in Leeds. But the more I'm at home and the more I'm walking in the countryside and things, I actually am loving living in the country. I'm loving walking at the moment actually. Through lockdown I've been doing loads. So I think that like walking in the city you can't really do. It's such a fast-paced lifestyle which I love. But I feel like I've experienced it at uni now. I loved living in the city while I've been younger. I love living close to a city, 1,000,000%. I wouldn't want to live like mega in the countryside where you couldn't get anywhere. But at the same time, I think I am actually happier in the countryside, but being able to commute to the city and be there if and when needs be. So that one's actually kind of wrong. Like, yeah, before I was at uni, but if you're talking now, I don't know if I would want to live in a big city right now. The next one is, your friends are important to you, and honestly that one's like couldn't be more true, because I think like they have the most like effect on me, other than, well, obviously family, friends and boyfriend, yeah, they like so important, but friends are like more important to me than you probably think. I've been so lucky to have friends that have lasted me since I was literally like 2 years old, and I've kept the same ones. Added some along the way, some have drifted along the way, which is completely normal, but most like we've kind of stayed like a very close group of friends, and I feel so grateful and so lucky for that, because I know that most people just don't have that. So yeah, my friends are hugely important to me. They have like such a huge effect on my life, and I want to see them loads. Like, they make me so happy. We have such a nice time when we're all together. Or even like individual friends, I have such a nice time when I'm with my friends, and I always think it's important to make sure that you keep in touch with your friends and keep seeing them, keep asking them if they're alright. So yeah, definitely they're so important to me. This one as well made me laugh. You prefer Indian food to Chinese food? Oh yes, I do. If you didn't actually know, I try and figure it out all the time. I feel like I'm like a third Indian, so whether it's in my blood that Indian food is just better than Chinese food. But saying that, I'm the only person in the family that prefers Indian over Chinese. They always want to get a Chinese takeaway, and I always dread the Chinese takeaway because the Indian takeaway is just way better. So yes, that one's so true. I much prefer Indian over Chinese. I'm missing out that you have a sexy boyfriend, because we all know who's put that, and let's just ignore that one. This one isn't much of like an assumption, but it's kind of like something that people like might not know. Someone put that they didn't expect me to have such a huge passion for musicals. I feel like if you look on my Instagram and things, you won't actually realise how much they are like apparent in my life. Like, I watch them all the time, listen to them all the time. Like, my music taste is just so mixed, because one minute I can be into like the charts, or one minute I'm listening to musicals, or one minute I'm listening to old school like noughties, 90s, 80s. I've got such a mix, but I think people are shocked when they like listen to how many musicals I listen to or I've seen. I had 4 different musicals planned for 2020, which have all got cancelled and postponed, which is so sad, but at least I've got them to look forward to next year, fingers crossed. So yeah, that's probably something, if you were looking at my Instagram, you probably wouldn't even know that I'm like that much into musicals. But if you were to know me like 3 or 4 years ago when I used to do like my drama school and things, then you would definitely know then, because it was like all over my Instagram then, because I just absolutely loved it, and I still do. But I guess I'm just a little bit older now. But yeah, my love of musicals will literally just never leave me. I love them to pieces. The last one is, you're close with your family, which is also very true. I think just because I'm so talkative and so like chatty, and I like to tell everyone everything, that I just tell my family everything anyway, and I don't feel like shy to tell them. I just talk to my mum all the time about anything, even my dad to be fair, and Cam probably knows things that he just really doesn't actually care about, but I just tell them anyway, because I like them to like know what's going on with me. I feel like then they can kind of help as well. So yeah, I am really close to my family. Going up a stage to like my nan, I tell her everything as well. She knows everything too, like I always tell her. I like to do things with my family. I'm quite family oriented. Even in lockdown, it was nice to just spend loads of time together, especially because I've been at uni, so I've not like spent as much time with my family because I've been away. So in lockdown we were kind kind of like forced to be with each other all the time, but it was a nice thing because we went through that experience together, and like we walked every day and things like that, which was really nice. Did loads of like different things together. We watched loads of series together in lockdown, which was so much fun. So yeah, I'm close to my family, and I think I always will be, because I'll always just want to see them and chat to them, and I want them to be close to me no matter how old I am. And I want to be close to my brother in like in the future. I know that I love spending time with my cousins, so I want like our kids to spend time together as cousins and things like that. So yeah, I'm definitely close with my family. So that is all your assumptions. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely do another assumptions video in the future at some point when I feel like everyone's like got a few more things to think about and to ask me. Please press the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week in a new video. Bye!